Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of QRA, Quick Restorative Acupressure, with me, Jimmy Yen, your host, aka the AcuSensei. All right. Good morning, everyone. Getting the technology set up. Let me make sure I can see you. So, those of you who are logging in early, start typing in your request. What ailment are you suffering with health condition you're suffering with and you need help with? Um, this can be anything that you've been struggling with, you've gone to physicians about, and um, you're not able to get the result that you want. You're not able to get to the solution that you want. Type into the chat. I'm just making sure I've got the chat where I can see it. I want to make sure I can see your comment. So first come, first serve. Whoever types in the first request, I will spend more time on that. Many people wait till other people start typing and actually I only got 20 minutes. So yeah, take advantage of this time and type in what specific ailment, health condition are you struggling with that you need help with, and I will show you a QRA. I also will go through some explanations as I am waiting for people to type in. I'm not seeing the chat. Here we go. Finally found the chat. Apologize. Okay, so again, type in what health condition you are struggling with or you need help with. I can show you a quick restorative acupressure. Quick restorative acupressure. So, gallstones. Awesome. Lucy jumped in. Beautiful. Lucy, I will start with you. Let me first give a disclaimer that I have to, otherwise YouTube will shut down my channel. I am not a medical doctor. I am not a physician. I am not trained in prescribing medications or doing surgery because that's what physicians do. Most physicians are not trained in nutrition, definitely not trained in restorative longevity or any type of longevity. Few are, more and more are, but the chances of that is very slim. So I am not telling you what to do with your medications. You have to check your, okay? Um, Now, anything that I say today, you have to check with your physicians first before you implement anything. That is a legal requirement I need to say, not because it's something I believe in, because again, physicians are not trained in everything that I'm teaching you or showing you about. Okay, so the disclaimer aside, gallstones. So gallstones. Gallstones start off as sludge, and a lot of times you can prevent gallstones. Now, I'll start from the beginning, Lucy, and then get into, if while I'm explaining this, if you can sh share with me how big are your gallstones, or if it's not you, whoever has a gallstones, how big is the gallstone? Okay, because that does matter. That does matter if the QRA is going to help you or not, if my quick restorative acupressure is going to help you or not. So type into the chat, how big are the gallstones? Have you had an ultrasound? Okay. Or have you had something called lithotripsy to break up the gallstones? If you can give me more information, I can help you better. But I'll start from the beginning. Gallstones start from as sludge. So you could prevent gallstones. If you have a family history of gallstones or you have a history of gallstones, you could prevent gallstones. And that starts from the function of your liver. Chances are your liver is dysfunctioning, and you may go to your physicians and they may do blood tests and they say, oh, your liver's all fine. No, it's not. Blood tests don't tell us how our organs are functioning at what percentage or at what level. They just tell us blood tests are crucial. I love blood tests, but blood tests only tell us, is my liver, is my gallbladder going to stop functioning? Is it life-threatening? That's where blood test, majority of the time, is very helpful, all right? Because a lot of times, if something shows up in the blood test, it's already too late. Sometimes, okay? Not all the time. But you can also use blood tests to predict gallstones. Uh, so, or dysfunction in the liver and the gallbladder. So the gallbladder is just an organ that holds bile. Bile is actually produced, bile is a fat, is like soap. Bio is like soap. It's a fat emulsifier. I had a CAT scan lab work. They never told me the size, just told me I had a few. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, you should ask. Lucy, you should go ask the doctor more information. Um, a CAT scan. They should do it an ultra. They should be able to do an ultrasound as well. CAT scan could, uh, but you need to know the size of the gallstone because if they don't tell you the size of the gallstone, you don't know if you can naturally just eject it into your intestines, but with some natural remedies and also the QRA that I'm about to show you. However, if the gallstone's too big, it won't come out. Then you will need surgery. Gastroenterologist. I used to walk with one. I'll get to the QRA, but I just want to give you more information. So hopefully this helps you. I used to do just walking, just exercise with a gastroenterologist. And I asked him, why do gastroenterologists love to just take people's gallbladder out for no reason? I mean, they see a gallstone and they immediately just say, you got to take your gallbladder out. Um, and he explained to me the dangers of gallstones. So the danger of gallstones, not the big ones, it's the small ones, the tiny ones, if they're not excreted from your gallbladder. So the gallbladder's here, and then there's a little tube, say there's a little tube that drains, that the gallstones go into the intestines. However, there's another tube that's this way, and this tube comes from the pancreas. So the pancreas has a tube and here's the gallbladder's tube. It's connected. So sometimes the gallstones will go down and get stuck here in the fork in the road, and it goes backwards, and it could go plug up the pancreas and cause acute pancreatitis, which is life-threatening. That is the reason why they remove people's gallbladder. Okay, so I understand that. All right, so I'm not saying removing the gallbladder is never an option. But depending on the size of the gallstone, it shouldn't be the first option. Um, if it's small enough, it can actually get down this tube and be ejected into the intestines, the small intestines, right? Because that's usually where it goes. So a couple of things you can do. First, you got to know where the gallbladder is. So this may show up opposite, but this is my right side, okay? Uh, this is my right side. The liver is right under my ribs, and the gallbladder, if the liver's like this, the gallbladder's like this. It's right under the liver. Okay. So it's still in this area right here. Okay. This area right here. So it's kind of like if I look at my torso, right? It's kind of lower third. If I break my torso into thirds, so 1/3, 2/3, and the bottom third, right? So it's kind of in the top of the bottom third. Top of the bottom third. What you're going to do, I'm gonna show you one way, okay? And you can, I don't know if you have pain, Lucy, if you have pain with your gallstones, uh, if you feel any discomfort, nausea, if you do right now, please let me know. Um, and I'm gonna do this QRA and see if it helps, okay? So I'm going to show you there is a nerve that's connected to your liver, okay, that is between your first and second toe. That's the liver, a nerve connected to your liver. The nerve that's connected to your gallbladder is between your fourth and your fifth toes, okay? Those two nerves right there. So I'm just going to show you on the feet. On the feet. Okay, let me come down lower. So on my feet, I'm going to position my camera a little better. So the nerve that is connected to the liver is right here between the first and second toe, right here. Between the fourth and fifth toe is the nerve that's connected to the gallbladder. So if I use my whole foot as my whole body, image my whole body, so my head is really the tip of my toes, right? My toes. My neck area would be right here. My neck would be right here, right? And so remember, the gallbladder and the liver location is the bottom third. So the midsection, let's say the mid part of your body, your belly button's right here. So if we say just a little bit above your belly button, so belly button's right here, a little above the belly buttons right here in this area. So you're going to first find between the first and second toe, okay, here's the line. I drew it right here. You're going to go a little above and you can start pressing between the first and second toe in the space. Second toes like this, first toes like here, in the space in between, like a V. You're going to press, okay, and find a tender spot. Then you're going to dig on that for 30 seconds. That's the first spot. It's going to be really tender, okay, especially if you have gallstones. Now, between the fourth and fifth toe, you can do the same things. Remember, midpoint of your body is here. You're going to go around here and press just a little above, and you're going to press and find that tender spot. You're going to find it. It's super tender down there, even for me, and I don't even have gallstones, okay? So you're going to do the first foot and do that. If you currently feel discomfort right now from your gallstones, press on it and see if it alleviates that, okay? But still, you still need to figure out what's the size of the gallstone. Otherwise, it may cause intense pain, because if your gallstone is like 2 centimeters big, right? 2 centimeters big, you're not squeezing that out. You need to go get a procedure called lithotripsy. It's an ultrasound wave to break up the gallstone. Okay. I would even try that before you removing your gallbladder, in my opinion. This is not medical advice. I would just say, if it were me or my family members, I would never choose removing an organ if it's not absolutely necessary. If I have not had them try every possible thing, I would never remove an organ. We were not born with excess organs. Most of us. As I say that, I'm reminded of one of my wife's aunts was born with 3 kidneys. Okay, which is weird. But she was born with an extra organ. But most of us were not born with an extra organ. If you remove your gallbladder, you will forever have digestive issues for the rest of your life. This is what they don't tell you. Okay. Now, if you absolutely need to, I understand. I already explained that earlier. It could be life-threatening. Okay. So I'm not saying that's not in the option. So, Lucy, let me know if that helps with gallbladder, if your gallstones. Okay. Faith, good morning. Thank you for joining. Let's see. Faith, shoulder stiffness and pain. Awesome. I actually have some shoulder stiffness and pain myself because I was doing some installing some speakers in a ceiling for my church yesterday. So I've got some. So I'm happy to share with you because I need it too. Okay. All right, Faith. So shoulder and stiffness. Shoulder, are you talking about shoulder muscles up here or shoulder joint? If you can specify that in the joint or up here connected to your neck, okay? But I'll show you either one. And I'm going to go to actually my hand. So it's very easy. Okay, so shoulder joint. If it's in the joint, like this joint, like I do have some weakness. It pops, okay, in my shoulder joint. Today, actually, it's not painful. Mine's more in my muscle today. But if it's in the joint, so the actual joint, you're going to see my hand, okay? My hand images my shoulder up here, and then my wrist images the actual joint, right? So what you're going to do is you want to test the range of motion. You want to see if you can go up, see if that hurts, okay? Or maybe a frozen shoulder, you can do that. Or go forward, go backwards, go in, out, right? Can you go all the way out? Can you scratch your back all the way in the back, right? So when you scratch your back, any of those motions make it hurt, okay? Oh, it's up in the neck. So it's up in the neck. Okay, so if it's up in the neck, same thing. You can do this too. And then you move your neck, right? Left, right, up, down. Like mine right now, when I go this way, it hurts right here. So it probably up here, this is where my pain is. And yours is up in the neck. Okay. So what you're going to do, so if it's the muscle and the tendon, so remember, this is one way. Your hand images this here. This is the shoulder joint. This is the muscle right here. So I'm going to find a muscle it can be inside the palm, right? It's super tender. It doesn't matter anywhere. It can be anywhere. Just find Like mine's right here. So I'm going to dig in for 30 seconds. Okay. I'm going to turn my neck. Mine's mostly my neck. So yours might be your neck also. I don't know if it's. So this doesn't work, right? But I want you to do this. This will rule out where the problem is. Because if you're doing this and I'm pressing on the muscle here, I'm turning and it doesn't help, for me, that's not my shoulder. The problem is coming from my neck. So give it a try, Faith. See, I'm pressing on this muscle. Press on any muscle. There's not a lot of muscles in there's not a lot of big muscles, just small muscles in the hand, but you can press on any muscle and then move your neck all around, your shoulder all around, and see if that helps. If it doesn't help, then chances are your shoulder pain could be coming from your neck, which mine is. So what I'm going to do is if yours is the neck, now if it's the neck is bone. So now I'm going to push on bone. You got a lot of bones on the hand. So I'm going to find a bone. I'm going to find this one first. See this one right here? Right here. I'm going to push on that first. Okay, I'm going to pinch on it. See, it's not tender, so it's not there. Okay, I'm going to push on the fingers. And actually, since remember, this is the shoulder, this is the neck, I'm going to push on here because I remember this is tender for me. Yeah, so this is tender. Yeah. Now I'm gonna push on the bone. Now you push in that indentation, you want to push on the bone. Hold it for 30 seconds and then move. The best thing is to move the body part that hurts or is stiff. Okay. So I'm moving my neck. It's starting to get a little better. Starting to get a little better. A little better. Still a little pain. So the original point was here. Now I'm gonna go down a little and see. Oh, that's tender too. So I'm gonna push here really hard. This gotta hurt your hand. Okay. Keep doing it. Now I'm going to find, I still feel some pain. So I'm going to find, remember the whole wrist area is your neck. So now I'm going, first I started here. Now I'm going to go all around the neck. This is not tender for me, not tender. This is a little tender. See, I'm just turning. Okay, that helped a little. Helped a little more. I'm going to keep going all around. Now I'm going to this part of the wrist. Okay, this part of the wrist. This part of the wrist. Now I'm going to inside. Inside, see which is tender. Inside is not really tender for me. So I'm trying to find a bone. Okay. So this area, so the inside wasn't really tender for me, so I would not use the inside. This side was a little tender, but the most tender was this side right here. This side right here. So I'm going to focus on this. Like this is, oh, right there. Getting better, getting better, getting better, getting better, getting better. Yeah, see, so mine is getting better. So Faith, let me know if that helped. Okay. Perfect. Creative Pie, thank you for joining in. I only got a few more minutes, but thank you for joining in. What do you do if you have an infection in your eye? If you have an infection in your eye, number one, obviously you want to wash it, and it depends on what part of your eye. So Creative Pie, can you tell me what part of the eye, right? Is it the eyelid or is it your the white part of your eye, right? Or is it inside more closer to your nose, the glands area? What part of the eye? Okay. Um, if it's the eyelid, like the top of the eyelid, here's one strategy because infection is going to cause swelling. To get rid of that infection, sometimes just by draining the swelling helps it. This is not QRA. This is just a something I guess my parents taught me. You know, if your top eyelid is swollen, use so let's say this is my right eye. Okay, it might be flipped because of the video, but this is my right eye, and so I'm gonna use my arm. I'm gonna go around my head, and I'm going to pull, not touch my eye, but I'm gonna pull my eye so it's like see it stretches it, right? And so it stretches it. And I would do this for 30 seconds and keep doing it throughout the day. What it does is it's helping squeeze. See, we have like drainage ducts in our eyes. By pulling that, it helps squeeze some of that inflammation and some of that pus that may be in there from the infection from the upper eyelid. Okay. Um, I think usually when I do that for about 1 or 2 days, the swelling goes down pretty fast. Okay. But I'm not sure what part of your eye has an infection. If it's the white part or if it's the gland, if it's the gland, you can also, that means your sinuses are probably clogged up and you need to drain the sinuses because there is a duct from your eye that goes into your nose. And a good example is, whenever you cry, for whatever reason, you're sad, happy, you're crying. And if you look at people who cry, what do they do next? They first cry, tears come out of their eyes, right? They start sniffling. They start and they start, there's a lot of mucus in their nose, right? Why? Because your eyes are secreting all these tears and it's draining into your nose. So when you cry, that proves that that tunnel is working, okay? But your tunnel may be clogged. So give that a try. Okay. Awesome. Let's see. Lucy, thank you. Jimmy, it sure did work. Awesome. So the pain I was feeling this morning went away. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Lucy, and thank you for joining in. Yes, do this every day, but you still need to, yeah, find out the size and procedure to remove them. Yes. So find out the size. If it is just sludge, if your gallstone is just sludge sometimes can cause you pain as well. But if you get an ultrasound and they start noticing sludge, you need to start doing stuff to restore your liver and gallbladder function to prevent gallstones. Because if you don't, it will build up. And here's the thing, many people have gallstones and they have zero symptoms. They have zero symptoms. Uh, so one thing that I would suggest, Lucy, is because you have gallstones, don't eat too much fat right now because it will probably increase your pain. Okay, because the reason why your gallbladder squeezes is in response to fat. When you eat fat, even animal protein with fat, it stimulates the brain to tell the brain, oh, I've got fat, so you better squeeze some of this soap called bile, and the gallbladder starts squeezing. And that squeezing is what caused you the pain, okay? Until you get those gallstones out. All right, perfect. So thank you. Thank you for sharing. Dolores, good to see you as well. Thank you. Steph, support kidney health. Okay, so support kidney health, QRA. So this will be the last topic that I talk about today because of time. Thank you for showing up early, everybody. Kidney health is where your kidneys, they're in the back. Kidneys are in your back, right? So they're in your back right about here, kidney area. So let me show you something on the legs, okay? Something on the legs, because I've showed people on the arms in a previous QRA podcast live. I already showed you the arms, so I'm going to show you how to do it from the legs, okay? So if to restore kidney health or any organ health, you just need to move blood to there. That's the key. Health is actually not complicated. Science makes it complicated. I'm not saying science is wrong, but it just makes it complicated for the average, the lay person, the people who are not scientists, who are not medical professionals, right? Uh, Health is actually very simple. Move blood to the organ that you want to restore. Okay. Now, this is assuming you're eating the right nutrition. If you're not eating the right nutrition, that's a whole nother problem. Okay. And we have a podcast. Check out my other podcast about that. But this is going to teach you how to move blood to the kidneys. It's another way. I have 100 ways to do the same thing. So if I look at, I'm going to go to my leg. So if I look at, you know, this is my belly button. Okay. If this is my head, my foot is my head, this is my neck, this is my belly button area, um, then guess what? This is the abdomen, chest and abdomen. Chest is up to here. Abdomen is really this belly of my calves, right? And so the belly of the calves, what you're going to do, guess what? You have two heads. If you feel your calves, you've got these two heads, two muscles, right? And guess what they could image? Your kidneys. Because what? You got two kidneys too, right? So what you're gonna do, these calf muscles also can, these nerves over here are connected to your kidneys. So what you got to do is just massage, like go this way, massage, you see, massage the heads, both heads of my calf and find the tender spot. It could be in the center also, right? You can go, oh, like my center right here is tender. So you can go both heads massage, push around. Well, right here for me is really tender. So you want to find the most tender spot and then you want to massage that spot, massage it for 30 seconds. You want to do this every single day. Okay. So if you can have your your family member just massage your calves every day on the back side. Okay, on the back side, massage your calves, and then when they hit a super tender spot, just tell them to dig in for 30 seconds, like really dig in for 30 seconds, and they would help you move blood to your kidneys, and by moving blood to your kidneys it moves nutrients to your kidneys. Okay, so give that a try. I don't know, Steph, if you have any symptoms or blood labs that tell you that your kidneys are dysfunctioning. Like you could have some blood labs to see your kidney filtration, it's something called your GFR. Glomerular filtration rate needs to be above 60. Ideally, way above 60. If it's in the 60s, that means there's a problem. And that reminds me, our clinic, we've treated quite a few stage, one, two, three. I would say the worst is stage three chronic kidney disease, and we've been able to help them reverse it so they don't have to go on dialysis. So that is something that we have done very successfully. It is not just QRA, quick restorative acupuncture. Is something, so QRA is to help you learn how to maintain it by yourself. But if your health is to a condition where it needs professional help, you will need acupuncture. What we do is quick restorative acupuncture. Oh, you will do lab work soon. Good. Yeah, it's a basic lab work stuff. You can just do a comprehensive metabolic panel and a CBC, complete blood count, comprehensive metabolic panel, and I'll also do a urinalysis. That will give you the foundation, the basics on how well your kidney is functioning. If any of those are abnormal, then you need to do further testing. Now, if you go to a nephrologist, a kidney doctor, if only one or two are out of normal, they'll probably just tell you, oh, it's okay, only one or two. Uh, Still, ask them, hey, can we do a little further testing just to make sure, right? Um, because they won't, most likely they won't. Uh, there's many reasons why, but I would ask for more. And here's the thing, if you're in the US, you can pay for your own labs because doctors typically only prescribe labs that are covered by insurance. Now you need to tell the doctor also, hey, maybe I am willing to pay out of pocket for my blood labs. Okay, so some doctors they will tell you, oh yeah, there's no need to do other testing. What they don't tell you is they won't get paid for the testing, or it won't cover, your insurance won't cover it. So instead of telling you, hey, your insurance won't cover it, they will say, you don't really need that. It's not that severe. Okay. So for you, please request in my last lab work urine, I had protein in it. Okay, so yes, Steph, that is a sign. Your filtration, there is a problem in your kidney filtration. So yes, massage, have someone do my QRA, quick restorative acupressure on your calves every day, and then go get another urinalysis. Urinalysis is cheap. It's probably under $10. Okay. You can go do it yourself. Just go to a lab and find it yourself. So, but massage, do this QRA on your calves. Do it for at least 1 month. Okay. 1 month QRA. Um, and eat a lot of fruits that are rich in water. So, the melons, watermelon, cantaloupes, honeydews, plums, peaches. Eat a lot of these fruits and do these for 1 month. Okay. Do it for 1 month. Go back and do a urinalysis and report back to me. Okay. Now, I don't know if you have like diabetes or other stuff that can complicate things. Okay. But if it's just straight kidney problems, do that for 1 month and let me know. If it's not too severe, it should help. All right, guys. Thank you so much for thank you, Sue from the UK. Awesome. Thank you. So all right, guys, you got to show up early. Show up early, and so I can get you the help that you need and help you direct you to the maybe the labs, the physician, the practitioner, or what to do. Um, I love doing this. It's on my Sunday morning. I will continue to do it if people continue to show up. If nobody shows up, then I'll stop doing it. It's here. I'm just here to help. All right. Thank you guys. I'll be here next Sunday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Check your time zones, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, Sundays. I'll see you next week. Peace.